This is just a test. I'm just seeing how the lighting looks live. See if I can. Trying to see. Just testing lighting. See if I can get this to. I have to move this lighting somewhere else. Just testing the lighting and just messing with the SP while I'm doing it. What's up, VBN? Good to see you. I might do some lives when I'm not used to it, so I'm just trying to like figure out between the lighting, how I would get the sound to sound pretty good. What do you think? Is the sound pretty good just using a speaker, or should I go another route maybe? I could get a sound card, I guess. I have one somewhere around here. Just gotta find it. Maybe plug that in to the iPhone or something like that, and see if I can record. That might be a good way to improve the quality a little bit. It's kind of cool, like if you set your the effects the way you want them. Like let's say I have 6 effects that I can easily pull up and trigger. So if you could set those 6 effects for the effects you want to use for the track, that delay. That's sweet. And then you just use that to perform your tracks. You can see why people have fun doing that though, like performing with 6, just putting them in and out when you want them isolated. Just gotta get your timing right. I think the chat is like slow. I only see one. I guess that's part of it, right? Just why everybody takes forever to answer somebody. Because the chat be so slow on YouTube. Let's break it down, see what it does on this one. Let's see what you're trying. Trigger another track, totally different tempo. It's fun that you can jump in between tracks like that, though. I'm gonna trigger this one. then nice. All right, that's it. I was just doing a test for the lighting. I'm not sure. Nobody commented on the lighting. If you're still in there, just send me a little message just saying whether the lighting looks decent and how about the sound. Because I might end up looking for a way to plug in direct to the phone and use some type of or maybe even the computer and see if I can figure out routing to make the sound a little bit clearer. And then if I did a live, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. Or even when I record, I want to enhance the quality of the sound and the lights for sure. But yeah, if you could leave me a comment in there, that'd be cool. I think I see two people in there. I don't know who's watching or who's there because it doesn't really show me. Oops, sorry about that. I'm new to live. I'm not really like usually doing live. I just record videos and then post them. But it definitely does not show me but one person in the chat that's talking. So I'm just testing stuff out. All right, I'm gonna leave it on just a little bit longer and then I'm gonna get off. Nothing there. It's an 8 bar. There we go. Now I see some chat coming up. Just stopping by. What would be the best in landscape? Is it not in landscape? That is so weird. That is so weird that it's not in landscape. I thought maybe I have to figure out how to change the settings on that. Thank you for letting me know that, or C559. Hopefully I said that right. BBN lighting looks good. Audio looks good. Audio can really hear. Okay, cool. You can hear it. Sounded all right, though. And the beat is dope. Thank you. Appreciate that. USB hub to iPhone and SP should work. Perfect. Thank you, BBN. I appreciate that. I have to look into to doing that. Does your phone have? Yeah, I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max with the USB-C, so we're good on that one. It is, but also in portrait mode for some reason. Weird. That is weird. I've never. I'm gonna have to like see if there's a way for me to save it so I can look back. It looks like everybody's dipped out now, so these messages are coming through extra slow. So it's in portrait mode. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm so new to this. I don't really know how to change the mode out. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. It'll take me a little bit, but also in portrait for some reason. That is weird. It's also in portrait. I've never had. I like I said, this is my. I've only done a live. I think like twice. The first time I tried to do it, it was so bad because I didn't have any lighting, and on top of that, it was um I didn't know the phone was in. I think it was in portrait mode, but I think it looks better. I thought it looked better in landscape because you could see the keyboard and you could see the SP. So that's why I did it that way. So weird. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. What you said, DBN USB hub to iPhone, and the SP should work. USB hub to iPhone. Oh, so like a, but I could use the audio interface though, right? Or do I need what do I need the hub for? I'm trying to think. So you think it just run the SP straight into the iPhone instead of, and record it using the SP, but then you got to get a, I guess you got to get a mic at that point, right? So you'll need a mic to be able to record the external because you need the source on in order to record through here. So probably at that point, I guess I would need to get a mic. So good, that's good to know though. Just for the record, always found your videos super helpful and unique. I appreciate that, Orsi. Orsi, that's a dope name though. I ain't gonna lie, I love that name, Orsi 559. Very cool. Appreciate that. I'd like to know the meaning of that name. It just sounds really cool. Yeah, I got this squeaky chair. I'm trying to move out the way. Um, I'll be doing tons of more videos. I mean, for me, the videos are way easier than doing live because with live, I'm the kind of person where I like to answer your questions. So I'll stop and look at the phone probably more than I would actually play music. But it's still fun. The SP is still amazing instrument. If you haven't picked up one or you're thinking about getting one, it's worthy to have. There's so many things. I mean, just the ability to make different, so many different songs. Like this is still on the first bank project, rather. I'm sorry, and you can see I have maybe little starts. I call them starters for songs on A, B, nothing on B actually. Oh no, B. I'm sorry, C, D, E, and then I think I did F. Yeah. So you can put a ton of stuff on here. This thing is really nice for that. If you have one, you already know. But if you don't, then now you know. And then of course we already know about the effects. That's part of it. What you say? Portrait mode good for algorithm. For the algorithm, this type of video comes up on the shorts channel, which brings new viewers. Oh, okay, good point. Yeah, so I probably will. I need to do some research on how to be um, to get. I know shorts are really something people love, so I thought about doing a bunch of shorts. I just gotta plan shorts out so that it doesn't end up me being me talking a long time trying to explain something. And yeah, a mic you would need for sure. I meant to say the SP volume here low is coming in from the laptop. Oh, so I'm using this little speaker here. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me reread that so I don't read it wrong. Let's see. I meant to say the SP volume here low is coming. Oh, you're saying you're asking me if it's coming from my laptop? No, it's coming from this sound core. So I mean, I could crank it, of course. I could crank it, or I could crank it. But I want to. The problem is because I'm running everything through here, I want to be able to have it where you can hear the volume, but at the same time I can talk if I wanted to and not be um, blasted by the music trying to talk over it because that's really hard to do when it's super loud. So, and I know it's probably not loud to you, but on this end, it's super loud. But yeah, I'm gonna take everything you say into consideration though, and I'm gonna see if I can find a way to make it work. Or see, you said I just got an SP recently and used it with the iPad. Yes, that's dope. Congratulations on that. I used the MC under the name. I used the MC under the name. Oh, okay, Odyssey. I got you. Now I get it. Okay. Yeah, man. It's a. I thank you for all the comments too. That's super cool. So I'm gonna work on improving the sound quality first because obviously sound is really important. It's easier when you're doing a screen recording to do it because you have the control right in front of you. But when you're trying to do something with a camera, it's a whole different ball game. Now you got to try to figure out how to get the quality better. You want the camera looking decent, which the iPhone cameras are, I think, are pretty good. And then you want the volume not only from the music, but your voice to come through clear. So it's so many elements to take in when you go from just screen recording something or using the iPad versus trying to do what I'm doing here. But this is going to probably be the end for this one. I honestly got on to see if I could get the lighting to look decent, to improve the quality of the lighting if I do when I do like these overhead or top down views. That was the goal when I got on here. So appreciate those that stopped in. I don't want to miss your comment. And what you can do to make your video to do is make your videos you have now into shorts. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Hit the remix button, and when you make them short, it links to your main video. Awesome. I didn't now that I didn't even know. I knew about the remix thing and I knew shorts. Appreciate that. And you said the lighting is perfect. So that's a huge battle is just getting lighting when you do these type of things. So I'm gonna take that in consideration. Hey, I appreciate it too. Appreciate you and yeah, yeah, I will be doing more for sure. I appreciate it and be showing some more stuff. There's so many things you could do. There's so many ways to work with the SP. And for me, it's like the iPad, the iPhone, and the computer. The instruments in there are, I mean, without having to go spend an arm and a leg to get like a fancy keyboard or something that's gonna eat away at your budget, and you can't even carry it around hardly nowhere. It's nice to have something small where it's portable that you could take. I mean, you can take this with you. It's running right now in USB-C power through the computer, but if I unplug it, I mean, it'll keep going. So it's going to jump into batteries now, right? It's just running on the batteries. So I just keep some batteries. I highly suggest that. Get some rechargeable batteries. These are the ones I have over here. Hold on, let me show you. A little dusty there. Sitting in the Panasonic. And these are called let me see if I can get it focused in there. Oh, might be good to turn it this way. Maybe you can see it right. Loop. I think they call it Loop or Loop Pros. They're like 2,500 milliamp mAh, whatever that stands for. I'm not that tech really driven. But anywho, if you get some batteries, put them in, use your USB, and then when you want to jump to the iPhone or whatever, you can have the battery powers for the iPhone. And if you're on the iPad, my iPad's right here, then yeah, you can take the iPad and plug it in too. The iPad's strong, and it'll power it pretty good, so you don't have to worry about that. Yep. So a lot of good stuff. I'll be doing some more videos. There's a ton of stuff coming out too, like apps and things that are getting updated, new versions of apps, and so many ways to use these apps too nowadays to create your own stuff. And I'm not a sound designer, but I'm starting to learn there's certain programs that you can use that are really easy, like Pigments, and you can get into some simple sound design and make some cool stuff. Let's see. I'm just getting off work now. About to go home and cook on the SP. I hear that. I need to show my MPC Live 2 some love though. Definitely, yeah. Don't neglect the MPC Live 2. Actually, they're together. They're kind of a killer combo if you think about it, because I think it's easier to sequence stuff and to really. I mean, it's easier to sequence. It's easier on the MPC Live to do almost everything, really. But the SP does have its own thing. You got the character of the SP when it comes to the effects, of course, the ability to now we can do some of the similar things, right? With the well, I didn't mean to do that, but with the ability, trying to find a with the ability to stack pads, just putting 3 pads together and throw it on another pad is. I mean, you can make new stuff, new sounds, right? And then resample that with something on it, or put some delay on it. And if you hit resample, we'll just do it to this pad. I was looking at something the other day too that was talking about using skip back. I'm gonna just pick off this. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know zero crossing, it was the resample. So hit the resample, and it kind of locks you in a little bit, so you don't get. Oh, that's the looper. I don't need that. And then you can truncate it, right? And now you got this new sound. Hit it again. It's kind of. I don't know. You can make some interesting stuff. I'm gonna actually delete that, but I mean, but you know what I mean. You can get in here and do some crazy stuff. Not to mention all the sampling from other things, which is where I pretty much live with it. I keep my drums on the SD card. Everything else, I bring it into it and just use it that way. I don't like the big SD cards with the 1 terabyte and the 512. I have one, but they take forever on that initial load. So when you're bringing it, it just drives me crazy when it takes. Like, see, you got to wait. This is the 32, and that's not that bad of a wait going in and getting your drum samples. But the bigger cards, 512, 1 terabyte, you're sitting there for like 25 seconds waiting on that thing to load. Or at least that's the way it feels. And you can lose your drive to create when you do that. I'm missing comments. Joe, I think you pronounced that Jogwe. I may be saying it wrong. Can you monitor all of the inputs at the same time on the MK2? You mean can you run like a headphone? Like, here's a headphone. You mean can you run a headphone out as well as have the line out on here? Is that what you're asking? You say monitor them. So right now the line outs are playing through the speaker, and if you put the headphones in, you should be able to do both. I'll test it for you right now. So I got my headphones. Let me go to something where I got some. Yeah, so you can run. I'm running the headphones. They're fine. You can run the headphones and have your line out going there. Um, the SP 404 MK2 has two outputs, as the one and two, left, right, and then a 3-4. And then you also have the two inputs here. And then of course the USB-C can be a line input. You can send stuff in through that too. So you have the left, right line inputs, the USB-C input that you can use. But I don't think you can use both of them at the same time. I don't think. I think you got to choose between which one you're going to use on those. But that's not a big deal. I mean, most people. I'm trying not to miss comments. Now they flowing through, but at first it wasn't even happening. Let me go back a little bit. Um, I'm just getting off work. Okay, I already read that. Koala had another update. Yes, Koala did have another update, and there will be another one soon that'll be happening too. But I think a lot of these updates you're going to see are just them fixing things. Um, they're going to be fixing some things. So I'll just let you know that up front. Yeah, you'll see more updates with that regards to that. Can you monitor? Okay, I already answered that one. The looper is so useful now. Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree wholeheartedly. At first, I was like, skip back that much. I'm starting to think the skip back is really nice too, though. But yeah, the looper is very good. It's not bad at all, actually. The only thing I have a problem with the looper is you got to make sure you catch that accent beat as the 1, 2, 3. If you don't catch the accent on your loops are off for some reason. So but that's just practice, right? You just got to practice it. Um, do you have any synthesizers? I used to. I don't know. I pretty much just use desktop stuff. So Omnisphere, Keyscape, Trillion, Pigments, Mini Freak. I've had the Mini Freak before, but I have the software. The software is just as good as the having the device to me, in my opinion, unless you're trying to perform somewhere and you need that keyboard. Um, what else? I had the Hydrasynth at one time. I like the Hydrasynth. You can check some of those videos out. The Hydrasynth, though, is like an FM, I think, synthesizer. It's really nice, but there's other FM synthesizers out there that do very similar things. In fact, the one that I got now that I'm using is Myth, but that's not really an FM synthesizer. It allows you to bring in samples, but it has, I mean, it's one of the best, in my opinion, right now. Myth from Dawson. Check out the videos with that, with the traction, all that. That stuff is really good. It's on sale, on an intro sale right now. Um, can you hear the 1/4 inch inputs and the USB? See, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can, because here, look, watch. I'll show you. So if you go to System, you have to select USB in. You got to either pick line in or you pick mix out. And I don't think I'll try it for you. Let me find something to run through both and see. Here, I'll try it for you. Let me see what I got though. You know what? I'll grab the iPad again and we'll just run it through and test it while we're here. Why not? Why not? I just got to get this little dongle thing over here. 1 second. Okay. So here's this to put into the back. So there we go there. Let's plug it into the iPad. And then to test this one, what we'll do is we'll pull up the SP here and we'll use Ableton. Let me pull up Ableton. While Ableton's pulling up, I'm gonna go ahead and open the iPad and show you. So I'm gonna just use Koala since it's right here. The iPad's just sitting right here. It's not really necessary to see it. So let's just go to an empty bank here. Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna record whatever we record. So we'll do that. So the iPad's playing right now. This is coming through the line in. So the line in's working. Now to test it, I'm gonna have to put a loop or something on. So let me grab a little quick loop because that'll be easier, I think, to test it for you. And it may work. I'll be honest, I haven't tried this ever. So I'm glad you asked because I just haven't messed with it. Let's grab something from a break library. We'll try to grab a percussion. That's fine. I just want something on. Do that. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. So that's coming through right now, the USB-C, and it's pumping out that radio right now. And that's me playing on the iPad. Now let's see if we can record it, because I may be wrong. So we see volume coming through from this. I'm gonna pick something. Let's record that. Hit record. Stop that. Yep, there it is. So yeah, you can do it. I didn't even know that. Good looking out on that question. Never really thought about trying that. Headed back to work. All right, Orsi. Glad you're able to go. Yeah, appreciate it. Definitely going to check them out. Yeah, just recently got the mic. Okay, yeah. So the micro. So I had the mini freak. The micro freak is the smaller one, but they sound great either way. Both of them sound really good. I just use the software now. And the Behringer Pro versus Mini. Oh, I like that one. That one's cool. Thanks so much for checking. Yeah, absolutely. I don't have a problem with trying it. So they both work. That's incredible to know, right? Because now you could have, I don't know, one synthesizer coming in and you could have something else going on too, like a drum machine or something coming into it. Yeah, no problem, Joe Guay. I think I said your name right. If I said it wrong, I apologize already. I'm late, but do you have Loopy Pro? So I have Blocks Waves and I have Loopy Pro. I have an older version of Loopy Pro. I didn't update it. I don't really use it and I don't loop out things like that as much. I pretty much use Ableton when I want to do music, and then if I'm not on Ableton, I'll use the SP or I'll use Koala, something like that. So Loopy Pro didn't do it for me personally, because I don't play music in that way, I guess you'd say. I'm more of a linear DAW based person, whereas I like to just record as long as I want to record, and then I just, capture those loops from the recording. Hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. Blocks Waves is good. You know what I didn't like about Blocks Waves? Now it may be better now. I haven't used it in forever, but I thought it was cool, but it was such a pain to rename everything. Like if it could sense like, oh, this is drums or this is whatever, but you had to rename all your instruments and label them and to be able to go through them properly. And for me, it was kind of like, nah, don't think I do that. Um, so it just depends on what you do. I like to use. I don't have addictive drums, but I use Gorin grooves, which is pretty cool. They're pretty inexpensive, and they sound pretty good. I think at least to get my drums, natural drums, and so I don't use a lot of samples in the sense of I don't collect a lot anymore. I used to do that, but now I have like probably the Eldre drums. I have the Goran Grooves kits, all of his kits, and his kits are actual like plugins. And then I have the Coupe noise drums, his older ones that he had. I got those still, but I don't use them as much as I once did. SP Vids, you guys know SP Vids. If you're into the SP, I have all of his kits, and I have a bunch of other ones that I just don't use. I count his stuff, but I just don't use that stuff anymore. Personally, I just think it's you could collect forever and buy a bunch of stuff, but then you don't use it but one time, right? Versus like you could buy less and then just use that and learn to stack your drums. Like like if I'm gonna come in here, for instance, let me delete this. Like if I'm gonna come in here, I could take the same drum, this one drum over here, this kick, and just go resample, hit, kick, okay, and then do it. There's the right. I probably would normally not normalize this at all, and I'm not. I'm just gonna stack it. So I'm just gonna copy it, make a couple copies, right? Now I got three copies. Then I could tweak them however I want. I could resample this one, and then stack them. Let's pretend I resampled them all. Hit shift there, stack them all together, mix them, press this as the target, and this would be a new drum, right? Truncate it. Then I might say exit and get rid of those. Shift exchange, put that over there, and then that's the new drum. Assuming that I'm pretending like if I went through it, each one of these were sounding a little bit different. So I'll mix drums together, and I do that in Koala too. I'll take three different kicks and mix them together. If you're on the MPC, you can do the same thing. You can stack your drums, and they sound different. It gives it some character, some variation. Add a little distortion to it, or whatever you want to do to manipulate it. And that's the better way to me to get drum samples. So I'll take a real drum sample, and then I'll take that and stack it with another type of sample. So that way you're not spending like an arm and a leg trying to get all these samples. If you do it to support a person, I get it because that makes sense. Like you're trying to support SPVids or you're trying to support Lift and Noise. So those are ways you can support the person. But to me, like when it comes to drums, just get your samples that you like, find you some good clean drums, and then just stack them with effects. That's to me the whole idea of the SP. And really, Koala's the same. It's the same thing. Just stack your drums and make new ones. Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna get off now. I've been on for about 40 minutes. I was just gonna get on literally for the lighting, but it's cool that I got to interact with you guys. So yeah, I'll be posting some more videos. Just stay tuned. And the best way, always, I say the best way to support me, if you want to, is just click in the like and tell other people, show other people the videos. And I do have two albums on Bandcamp, BJamminSinceBirth, so you guys can check those out. I think I got them down there for like $5 if you want to support in that way. But again, it's not necessary. I'd rather you spend your money on getting yourself some instruments and things to make music because that's what it's about in the end. Um, yeah, and the like helps actually more to be able to get people to watch the videos. So anyway, all right. Well, let's see. Yeah, appreciate you, BBN, and everybody else who's in here. I don't. It's like 3 people I think right now, and I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and yeah, I'm out.